and introduce myself and kind of share with you guys a little bit about my story, how I got started, and who I am, because I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with who I am. I do see a couple of my coaches on here, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys. So my name is Katie Ursa. I have been a coach for close to 6 years. Actually, on the 12th is my 6-year anniversary. I have been able to about 45 minutes to 1 hour. So this is a key call to really kicking everything off. So I've been coaching for about 6 years. I started my business when I was working full time, and just a show of hands, who on this call is working full time? All right, I get you. You're my people. I totally understand. I had no idea what I was doing. I had about 200 friends on social media. I didn't know what a Facebook business page was. I don't even know if Instagram was a thing when I started, but I definitely didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't know what I was doing. But if I could give you the best advice of anything that I'm going to tell you in this whole call, it's that I am incredibly coachable. And I just trusted the process. And so throughout the last 6 years, I have been able to create a substantial income. At 2.5 years, I built the business to 6 figures. And at the end of this year, I should be a 7-figure earner. And I'm not saying that to boast or brag, but I am saying that to tell you that if you are coachable and you lean into the opportunity, this business could potentially blow your mind. And I also should probably add in there that while all of this was happening, I was also diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. So throughout this, I leaned into the business, still being able to build my business while I was fighting cancer. And there's just been so many incredible blessings that have come from this. Now, please know I share that up front with you and tell you that this is work. And if you are willing to do the work, if you are willing to be coachable, if you are willing to just really lean in and listen to the people who are seeing success in this business, you can absolutely do the same thing. There is an obesity epidemic in this country, you guys, and our job as coaches is to support people and help them and to lean into the solution. And I can't even tell you how excited and kind of jealous I am of you right now, because you're coming into this business at a mind-blowing time. We are days away from the release of 2B Mindset, which is going to be a program that is going to really get to the heart of what so many people struggle with. And those are the emotional eating issues and struggling with food. And our children are seeing those same issues. And we're going to end this trend. And you guys are going to be paving the way for so many people. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. And thank you for leaning in and being coachable. So now comes the fun part. This is where you kind of go, okay, I'm just going to take it all in, and I'm just going to learn from you, and I'm just going to soak it all in, probably forget everything you say, but the good thing is it's recorded, so you can come back to it later. Myself and Melanie Mitro. Melanie Mitro is actually my upline. I was actually one of her very first coaches in the business. She actually was my college sorority sister. And so if you're on this call, Melanie is going to be one of your upline coaches. And Melanie and I will be running the Coach Basics together. So you'll either see me on a call or you'll see her on a call. I believe tomorrow is our first coach call, and that is through the Vimify. If you haven't checked out that app, you want to make sure that you reach out to the person who invited you. The Vimify is where we are running all of our trainings. And it is just a website. You log into it, you get your daily emails, and you hear just daily trainings of how to grow your business. Now listen, like I said, when I started, I was working full time. I did not have time to do this every day. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. But I would make the time on the weekends, or I would make it time if I had time on my lunch break, just so I was coachable. So in the back of your mind right now, I kind of want you to just start getting into that thought process of, When do I actually want to work my business? When am I able to work my business? I understand that right now it is a sacrifice. It might be a little bit of a shift in your own mind and in your own life for you to be like, it's 8:30 at night. I'm used to watching TV at 8:30 with my husband, and I'm on a call with a girl that I don't even know. And I want you to know I understand that it is going to be a little bit of a shift in your life, especially if you're really wanting to crush results with this business, okay? So I just kind of wanted to mention that. The Vimify training link, we have just started. So tomorrow is going to be the first official day of training. There are prep tasks that are already listed in that Vimify training. You can access those as well, but it is basically self-paced. So you guys can do it on your own time. Nobody is going to shoo you or shun you from the organization if you aren't getting your work done. It's your business. You are the CEO. So sometimes life happens and you aren't going to be able to keep up with all the trainings, but you need to know when you're going to make it a little bit of time for your business, okay? So if you look at your planner, if you look at your schedule, start scheduling in the time that you're going to do this business. Start writing it down in your planner saying, okay, well, when is my lunch break? All right, so when do the kids go to bed? Am I willing to get up in the morning and actually do a little bit of work? When are you going to be showing up for the training? So that's my first kind of tip for you guys, all right? Okay, so at full disclosure, the desktop that I'm going to show you is a disaster, and I'm very embarrassed about it, but I am going to show you anyway because I have to share my screen, and so don't judge me. If anything, it's just going to show you that this hot mess can actually be successful, and so can you, okay? So we are going to share a screen right now. We're going to dive right in. So these slides are all about your new coach kickoff. Where you see Dream Team United, if you're wondering what that is, if you're not sure what the Dream Team is, just to lay it out for you, your upline, the person who invited you here, your personally sponsored coach, might have a different team name. So for example, my direct team name is the Knockout Brigade. No matter what, you are also under the shell of the Dream Team. So when you join, you get support of not just your upline coach and their resources, but you also have the resources of the top organization as well. So you're benefiting from that. So where you see Dream Team, just know that you are a part of that. If something is called the Dream Team, you're part of that. So you really have access to all the tools that you need to be successful. So we're gonna kind of dive right in. And this is where I want you to kind of do some thinking and some just seeing where you kind of fit in. Now, for me, when I welcomed a couple of our newer coaches into the organization, they really came in with all excitement about 2B mindset. And they did say to me, Katie, I'm really focused on my own results right now. I am not opposed to working with people in the future, but right now, I just want to be sort of a discount coach. We call this like this sort of it's not really written, but just so you kind of know that there's different umbrellas that people fall into when they think about coaching. So the first type of coach, what we call a discount coach. Now, a discount coach is somebody who at this point is really focused on their own health and fitness journey. This is a person who, maybe just is getting started and knows that they're in it for the long haul. This is somebody who maybe has been a challenger for quite some time and they love them some Shakeology or the beach bars, or, maybe they love the performance line. So they're really loving that discount. A discount coach does not have inventory. Actually, nobody has inventory to keep. A discount coach does not have a quota to make. But this is somebody who loves the products and wants to receive that discount. So the second tier is somebody who's called a hobby coach. Now, a hobby coach, and I kind of I was really a business starter and I had a full-time job. So I kind of want to say that part of it. So a hobby coach is somebody who's just kind of sort of playing around with the business, getting their feet wet with it, seeing what it's all about, but they love the products. Maybe they love challenge groups, or maybe they're just really, really chasing this idea of being curious about how to get to the next level in the business, or really they're just trying to earn some extra income. You know, for me, when I started, I didn't really have an understanding of the potential of this business. So although I was doing the work, I would say that I loved the idea of getting my groceries paid for or helping to pay for our car bill. I love the idea of, oh my gosh, I just bought Shakeology. It seems so expensive, and now I totally understand different, but I remember those being those first goals. So it's very, very common for hobby coaches or even discount coaches to kind of grow into the business and become the business starters. Now, a business starter is somebody who comes in and says, what do I need to do to be successful? Tell me what to do. I will be coachable, and I will do what you tell me to do. That is an all-in coach. That is somebody who from the get-go says, I have a vision, and now I just need to kind of create my steps to be able to get to the next level. So it's somebody who has an idea, has a vision of where they want to go with it, and is kind of growing into that vision. Now, it's very normal for people to kind of like go in between these phases, but a lot of times, especially as an upline or as a coach, our job is to match where you are. So if you're a discount coach and you truly just want to get your product, you just really love your products and you want to be in a challenge group, it's really critical that you and your coach have that conversation so you're on the same page. If you're a hobby coach, you just kind of want to learn more, your coach is going to walk with you. They're going to maybe jog with you. They're going to kind of match your effort. And then if you're a business starter and you're ready to run, your upline's job is to make sure that they are running with you. And your job is to set that pace. So no matter where you are, it's really important that you have that conversation. Message them after the call and say, Katie, or whoever your upline is, this is where I see myself. Katie, this is where I want to be right now. I want you to know that if I had to pick my path right now, I'm somewhere between hobby coach and business starter, or I am an all-in. You just tell me what I need to do and we're going to go. We're going to rock this, okay? All right, so next thing, this is where you and your upline have to start having a conversation. And for me as a coach, I totally am a coach who's like matching effort. If my coaches are messaging me and they're all up in my grill, I'm all up in their grill. If they're just not really vocal or they're not really talking about it, I'll check in. But that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I want you to understand that your first 30 minutes, hours, and days kind of set that precedence for you and your upline. So within the first 30 minutes, an email should have been received from Beachbody, and in that email is a hyperlink that welcomes you into the Beachbody community, but it also gives you a Getting Started Right guide. And in that Getting Started Right guide are some simple things that you need to do right away to start your business. And that is, I think it's actually on the next slide. It is to set up your websites. It is to set up your Eft Management, and it is to make sure that you have scheduled your call with your coach. So if you have yet to have that first initial call with your coach, make sure you reach out to them and you guys schedule that in. And then also there should be within there, it's a tour of the Vimify. So if you have not logged into Vimify and taken a tour of what it is, you want to make sure that you do that as well. All right? Let me go to the next slide. Okay. All right. So first thing that's key that you guys need to do is we're doing this because we really want to get paid, right? Can we just I'm all about helping people, but I'm down with earning a paycheck and they need to know where to send my paycheck. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure we set up what's called our Eft Management. And this is so you can receive an electronic paycheck. And this is going to be done much faster. So when you make a sale, the next Thursday, it will go into your bank account. But that's only if your EFT is set up. By the way, just a heads up, the start of the business day is always Thursday. So that's when you get payout. That's when you see changes in your Coach Online office. So I just want to kind of give you the heads up that Thursdays are a big day in the Beachbody world, all right? So in order to set up your Eft Management, you just have to log into your back office. You might hear us call it your Coach Online Office or the COO or the back office. Either way, it's the same thing that we're referring to. You can also access this by downloading the app on your iPhone, and it's just, the app is called, wait, I have this Face ID, but sometimes my face doesn't want to work, and I'm not really sure why. Today it decided to work. It's called Coach Mobile Office. So when you click on that, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Is it letting you? It's really bright. And it just has you log in the same way that you would on your computer, but it's just a web, it's a more friendly web version. So you can download that. The other app that you can actually download while I'm thinking of it is Beachbody On Demand. And then I also have downloaded the Challenge Tracker app. So there are 3 apps that I have downloaded and I just put them into a separate category. So let me open my chat bar too. Okay, so the app is called Coach Office. I think it's just like Coach Office Mobile. Yeah. And it's just in your iPhone, like your what's that called? The App Store. And then the other one that I have is the Beachbody On Demand, which a lot of you guys probably already have. And then the other one that I have is our Challenge Tracker app. I don't tend to use the Challenge Tracker app, but I know that a lot of coaches do. And Hannah, yes, these do work on your Android. I do not know that 2B Mindset is going to work on your Android, though. I would have to just go to the FAQ for that. Farron, if you're on, do you know if that it does? I think I saw that Farron was on. So those are the 3 that I have downloaded in my phone. And basically, like, most of the time, the work that I do is done on my desktop. It's just easier for me. I can see it bigger. So I usually do most of my work on the online office. But to set up your EFT, go into your back office, and you can screenshot this too. You're going to click on the Monitor My Business tab, and then in step 3, under compensation, you'll see the EFT management. You just have to send all of that in. I think you have to just send in your bank account information. You used to have to screenshot a check. I don't know if you still do that or not, but that's what you do. Yes, Tubi will be available as an app on the iPhone as of right now. I'm pretty sure, I kind of remember, Sarah Beth, hey girl, that's my coach. Sarah Beth, yes. I think you're right. I feel like I did have that conversation with someone about that though too. Yeah. Yeah. And remember too, just with 2B Mindset coming out, it is going to be on Beachbody On Demand in a nutrition tab, but it's like a premium item. So you have to buy the base kit for it. You can't just like go into Beachbody On Demand and have access to everything 2B. Yes. And the Beachbody Champions page was another link that you guys should have gotten in that original email that you got from Beachbody. Do you guys remember seeing the Champions page? It invited you to like check that page out. Did you guys see that? We'll make sure that we get that into the Vimify training, just so you guys know. But yes, it's there. Hey, Sarah Beth, if you think of it, now that I have you and now that I know you're here, if you think about it, can you copy the URL, the Facebook URL, if you're on your computer, to this little chat bar so they can all copy and request to join if they haven't yet? All right, so while she's doing that, we have our EFT. That's big because we definitely need to get paid. The other thing is we got to make sure that if we have not yet, we want to make sure that we are going to use a couple of links to help people order items. So I'm actually going to open up my ridiculously messy desktop right now, and I am going to go to the 411. Oops, not the 511, 411. This is the link generator. And I'm going to copy this URL for you. I'm going to put it right here. And what I love about the link generator is you can just put in your coach ID number, and all of the links that you want to send anybody are right there. So if you guys want to kind of copy and paste that, so I'll just do 769856, click submit, and then it changes everything. And then if somebody wants the 2B Mindset, and I know that they want more information, I would just copy and paste that link and it would be directly connected to my specific coach ID number. Does that make sense? So this is what I use. But the other option, thank you so much, Sarah Beth. I really appreciate you doing that. No, it's not. So I think you're thinking of the share a cart. So the share a cart is when you are able to actually go in, and this is your second option. The share a cart page allows you, so I'll do that. This is the other option. So this is just when you are logged into your Team Beachbody site and you know somebody wants to order something, you could enroll them right on here. So I'm going to try to enroll my husband, Michael Steven Ersta, and I'm going to enroll him as a customer. It's not going to let me right now. I don't have any fake emails off the top of my head. I don't know what to do here to show you the next steps. But basically what it allows you to do is literally like just put in exactly what they want and it will shoot an email their way. And it also has a copyable like link. So what you can do is you can send them the link via email. And if you're in Messenger on Facebook, you could say, hey, I sent you the link in email, but I just wanted you to have it here. And you can literally copy and paste that same thing right to them there. So this is the share a cart. It's kind of your call. I'm old school. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time and I just really love giving people direct links, but people swear by the share a cart. The other nice thing about the share a cart is that it lets you see who's opened. It lets you see like the status, if they've ordered. It lets you see all of that. So it's either way, either site is going to be linked back to you. Okay. The other link that I just want to show you guys real quick is just the coachfaq.com. And I'm going to actually have you guys save this browser. So this is everything that you need to know. Like when you're really, really tempted to go in and say, hey guys, what's the price of 2B Mindset? As a coach, I'm going to say, hey, did you FAQ it? FAQ.com, coachfaq.com. Yeah. So you want to go into coachfaq.com. Literally, they have everything. You can search whatever you want. Let's just say 2B Mindset. Everything about 2B Mindset is here. You want to say compensation. You go here. Boom. Information. And then the other thing that's really valuable here is sometimes if you need to update your credit card, update account information, manage your bod. I don't even know why they haven't active it here. That like I don't really understand that, but everything else is here that you need. So the coachfaq.com is what you want. What tab in the coach office you go to for enrollment again? Okay. When you're at your home page, before you go into the actual coach office, you click coach, but you don't even click it. You could click coach office, my challenge tracker, but you're going to click share a cart. Share a cart. All right, FAQ, don't know what you are, gonna get rid of you. FAQs, coach ID and username, you wanna make sure that you have that written down. It actually, if you guys looked here when I was at the share cart, it had my coach ID here. But if I go into my coach online office, it is in that first page that you're in, okay? Do you guys have questions for me about any of that? You can unmute too. I can take a minute to kind of let you guys unmute and check, like just check in if you need info. And it's okay. This is totally recorded. So if you guys have questions, you can totally like come back to it too. Go ahead, Ange.
I had a question, Katie.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So the coach link generator, I was trying to find that because I did the Vimify thing and it was talking about that like in the steps.
Yeah.
You know, go to this link. I clicked on it and then it was said like the site wasn't available. I think it was because I was maybe doing it through my phone. So can you show me real quick again how I can do the coach link generator so I can know when I get to do it?
Yeah. So all you do is the website that I put up in here, I'll do it again. Okay. So what I would do is I would actually just take this link, copy it and add it to your favorites on your desktop. And then what you do is you just enter your ID number. So one of mine is 769-856. And then I click submit. And then I just say what I want. So if I know that I really want to get someone registered with a free membership, I just copy this link and I would just send it right to that person. That's it.
Okay, so like through an email or like Facebook, anything like that, copy, paste, send it that way.
Yes, you can do it that way.
Sign up through like the 2B Mindset or like doing the Shakeology bot, it's all there.
It's all there. So for some of you guys, if you guys are bloggers, and we'll go into this more in the Vimify training, but if you're a blogger and you are linking things back to you, this is what you would use. If you're sending out an email, this is what you would use. The share a card is really great if you're in middle conversation. And I'll be honest, like most of my coaches who haven't been around as long as me, they do the share a card. It's kind of a preference thing. Both of them get it done. Both of them work. And then the other thing I just want to mention to you guys too, just so you guys have a heads up about it, if somebody has ever ordered anything from Beachbody, they have probably been assigned a coach, or maybe they have had a coach and that coach is no longer coaching. If that's the case, when they go to order something and you have sent them a link, it does ask them, hey, you're ordering from Angie, Angie's site. Is that what you want? Like it does ask them that. But you can also have people do the transfer too. If somebody is no longer working with a coach, or if somebody it's been months since they worked or years since they've worked with the coach, go back to this, the coachfaq.com. Like I said, and use the request a customer coach change. Okay? So the most important sites for you guys right now is knowing where you can give people orders. So having that link generator or your share a cart, knowing your own coach ID number and your username, going to coachfaq.com because it's your best friend. It's like the Google for coaching. And then the Vimify training that doesn't start on February 5th because that was a long time ago and clearly I didn't edit my stuff. It starts tomorrow. So just making sure, like, these are the places you need to be. Cool? All right, so I'll move on. And am I like, oh, why are you yelling at me? Why is he yelling at me? Let me get rid of you. I think this security cancel. I'm going to see. I was trying to tell me things. All right, I think I'm good. Okay. All right, so now I want to talk to you guys about launching your business, okay? So listen, the majority of what you do as a coach is on social. Like your majority, the bulk of your business is done on social media. For some people, they do fitness classes or, they might be working with some colleagues, totally fine. But if you really want to build a business and grow a following and have more people, you really are going to want to start building your presence, okay? So first off, I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. I was a teacher when I started. And I did not want my 7th grade students seeing what I was doing. So I had my maiden name set up. I became Katie Donlin. I was not Katie Ersta because I didn't want them to see me. But the thing is, if they really want to find me, they were going to find me. And I'm pretty sure they found me. But I wasn't doing anything that was at all like inappropriate or questionable. It's your business. So I can't sit here and say you have to be public. If you really want to be private with your business, you can be private with your business, but it is going to be really hard to grow when people can't see you, okay? And I don't want my parents to see me in a sports bra. So honestly, I was a little bit more conservative when I first started. I mean, I was wearing like my tank tops and shorts. Now I'm like, I wear my sports bra, but I think you kind of, it's going to be a little outside the comfort zone. I mean, most of us are using social media right now for just checking in with people or just seeing what people are up to. But now we're posting with purpose. We're posting because our posts and our content are a direct connection to our potential paychecks. So it's very much purposeful, and there is a purpose for it. And a lot of what we're going to teach you in the Coach Basics is how to come off as very like approachable and not salesy. And it is something where you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. But I really want you to say to yourself, if I'm a teacher and I want to be more public, are there a couple of things that I can do? So first thing that I want to mention, and I'm in the process of changing this, but everything I did before was actually under the name One Fit Fighter. And that had a lot to do with like my cancer battle. So I just recently changed that back to my name. But while I was going through treatment and everything, that was my name. My Instagram was public when I started, but my Instagram was small. I didn't really build my business on Instagram. My Facebook, though, was private. I did start private, but I started a Facebook business page that was public. So you guys kind of want to say to yourself, okay, if I want to be private, I know that I am limited in who I can actually approach with this opportunity. You're probably only going to be reaching the people that you know. And so if you're going to be public, what do you need to do so that you are building something that you're really proud of, that if anyone came to you and said, what is this that you're doing, you would never be embarrassed about it. Like you would feel good about it. You would be like, I'm giving positivity. I am motivating. I'm not doing anything inappropriate. So my big thing is public is really recommended. And if it's going to be a little outside your comfort zone, that whole coaching is going to be outside your comfort zone. Actually, I'm still like wearing my uncomfortable pants. Okay. So it's like when you go to lose weight and everything, but you're like, all right, I'm just going to keep my size, like whatever pants just in case I gain it back. And then you're like, no, I'm going to throw them out because I ain't going back there. That's where you kind of get a little uncomfortable. So this is the same thing with coaching. You are going to have to kind of be a little uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. It's kind of like you just stretch it out and you're like, I totally got this. I can do hard things and I'm going to rock this business because this girl keeps telling me I can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that's what we're doing with that. Yes. Farron. So Farron was in education too, I believe. I could have that wrong. But yeah, same thing. I think as long as you're classy, like be classy about it and just know your people, like know how, what you're putting out there is positive and it won't offend anyone. And if it does, just be smart about it and don't be working your business when you should be teaching the littles. I mean, that's kind of a big one too. Okay. All right. So with IG, first things first, I want you guys to make sure you set up your profile. Super easy to do. You just click on the edit profile button. Should be public as well. You want to create a Linktree account, and I'm going to actually ask Sarah Beth or Farron to plug that in here as well. And what that allows you to do is hyperlink things to other things. So on my Linktree, I'm going to show you guys. I'll actually Linktree. Okay. So this is really, really cool. So when you go in, hello, I don't know who you are, but when you are in here, and I hope it log in. No, I'm already in. I want to log in. Hold on one second, guys. This allows you guys to have links that hyperlink back to places you want to send people. So I have a couple set up. I have them mostly going back to my blog, but I do also link it back to my Facebook too. So it looks like this when people open it up. So when you go into like my Linktree, you'll actually be able to click on any one of these and you'll be able to be hyperlinked somewhere. So what's nice about that is when you're actually starting, it allows you to draw people back to where you want them to go, where they can better connect with you or something that you want them to see, okay? So I highly recommend that. And then the whole purpose we are talking about when we're looking at IG is to really create this curiosity. And so one thing that might help you guys in thinking about, well, what do I want that to look like? Is to, actually go into your own IG and even set a timer to it because you don't want to waste time scrolling, but go through and just see like what catches your eye. Like, are you somebody who really loves fashion? Like, are there certain color schemes that really stand out to you? Do you love seeing like motivational things, or do you like Instagram accounts that are really clean and have like an order to it? You really want to go and say like, well, what do I find attractive in IG? And then the whole point of IG is to make things a little bit curious. So you really won't see me posting and saying like, look at me with my Shakeology shaker cup. This is the best thing in the world. Usually I'll show myself drinking something, but I won't say what it is aside from my superfoods make me poop. I like whatever it is. I don't know, whatever I might say. So the whole point of your IG is to attract people and make them curious, because think about it in your own life. When you are seeing someone doing an awesome thing on IG, you click on their link and you go and you scroll their stuff and you say, are you my jam or are you not my jam, right? And then if they're your jam, you get kind of curious about what it is that they're doing. And then just a little bit about their life. So you want to make people more curious so they click around, click up, and click down. I just did that. I did that. I'm sorry. I usually don't do calls that late. Angie's my people. She knows. She already knows. So you want to click around. Farron is probably rolling her eyes at me, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to get back to my professional pants. This is what happens when Melanie's like, host the call. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my party started. Public. And then the last thing I want to mention is the whole purpose of IG is to get into IG and get out of IG by getting an email. So everything that I do in IG is with the purpose of getting someone's email, because once you have that email, it's kind of like having the golden ticket. It's like, I am the Oompa Loompa master. I totally have the golden ticket, because when you have an email, you have constant connection with someone until they tell you to stop. Ah, I'm so glad. All right. So links you should have on your link tree. I would link somebody back to your Facebook account. If you have a blog, I would link that person back to your blog. And if you have like a woofu, and we'll get into that in the training, like an application for somebody to fill out to learn more. That's really where I would start off as a coach. And you don't have to do all the things. So if you're like, oh my God, I got to start a blog. I hate blogs. I don't even blog. Do people still blog? Do people blog? I don't know if I need a blog. Don't worry about blogging. Okay. I think I covered all of that. All right. So just a couple ideas too with Instagram. Tell your story. Tell how you got started. How do you feel? How do you feel now? Maybe you've already had a little bit of a transformation or a lot of a transformation, or maybe you just started drinking your superfoods. Everything, anything like that. Give part of your story within there, okay? And then I'm going to give you guys some ideas too about launching your business, because this is where it gets real fun. Okay. So I am that kind of coach who is like, you don't want to come out and give the goods. You want to get people to be genuinely curious about what they do. I am going to show you 3 ways to do that. And not every way is going to work for every person. So this one is an example of somebody who had a transformation because they were using the products before they became a coach. This does not apply to everyone. So you are going to tell your story. You're going to tell a little bit about where you were, like what your life looked like before you actually like started. You're going to tell about how you actually felt. And then you're going to start transitioning into how you felt now. You're going to give a little bit about how that accountability group really helped you. And then you are going to share, and then you're going to give some type of call to action of some sort. So this one kind of walked through, and this was one from earlier this year, but they said, this is how I started. So she talks about being uncomfortable. And this is how I did it. Like, this is how I changed. A 30-minute workouts. I got into the best shape of my life. And then it's a call to action. So this is when my next group is going to start. Message me if you want the information, okay? So again, she's like giving you guys a little bit of information. She has this great transformation, definitely eye-catching. So that is one way to do it. Now, if you're sitting here going like, okay, I just started, I don't have my transformation, oh my gosh, maybe I can't coach, what if I'm not good enough? Like, no, we got you covered, and this is what we're gonna do. So our next opportunity, our next post is one of sharing a transformation that maybe you saw in a group, or maybe a coach on your team has shared, or in the team page, where they just start talking about the products and the programs and why they actually did it. So this is an example where they share, like, for years, I thought that this was the way that you lose weight. I thought this is how it needed to be. So, and then, actually, this is a transformation one. This is a horrible, I'm so sorry, I screwed this up. I thought I was on the next one. But anyways, let me go on. I'll give you this one. Again, she goes on and says, I was exercising 30 minutes a day, 30 pounds later. I found myself naturally encouraging others to make better choices. I have opened the doors to my online coaching business, not saying Beachbody, but then she's going into what you can do with this information. So this is another example for you, okay? I'm going to give you another one. Again, transformation. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think transformations are great, but I don't think things like motivational quotes for your call to action posts work that well anymore. So my suggestion would be, the other one is just smiling, like big smile on your face, or a transformation picture, or something that reveals you in some way. Like, just you're like looking authentically happy, you're looking into the camera, like you want to make your picture engaging. And the best way for you to think about, like, well, how can I make an engaging picture, is for you to actually sit down and say, what do I get engaged in? Like, are you engaged in transformation pictures? Are you engaged when you see a friend really looking happy? Are you engaged when you see a friend and her kiddos like working out with her? Like, you have to ask yourself what it is that you would like stop the scroll with. Okay. All right. A couple other examples. And this is one that I gave today. I'm not a new coach, but this is my face and I have makeup on. So that's actually me. But I wanted to say, this is what I would do now. If I didn't have a transformation picture and I was running a group with my coach, I would say something like this. And I would basically say, like, you guys, hey, I just wanted to share with you, I had this actually really, really cool opportunity come up. And just talk about, like, I'm starting to work with a certified nutritionist with a program that's actually launching this week. I've been spending, and then maybe 2 weeks, 4 weeks, however long you've kind of been coaching so far. And that is focused on shifting the mindset behind weight loss without cutting major food groups and still allowing me to eat large portions. I also love her motto of allowing yourself treats that you really want. I don't know, it got me thinking about that maybe this is why for so long people I talk to really struggle with the whole weight loss battle. And what's really cool is this nutritionist actually created the program by losing 100 pounds herself, so she speaks from firsthand experience. How cool is that? Anyways, I have this opportunity to invite 10 friends with me along on the journey. I am so excited. So I gave a limit. And the cool thing is, you too will get daily support, motivation, accountability, as well as access to the program that I am chomping at the bit to share. And because I am new to this, you'll also be working with my coach. She's going to help us get started, provide recipes, support, and motivation. How awesome is that? And she's been doing this successfully for like 6 years, so we are getting serious support. What they don't know is they're also getting a Hot Mess Express if they are part of this as well. But I only have the opportunity to invite 10 of you with me. So if you'd like to join me, comment below and I will get you set up with more info. Can't wait. Okay. So do you see how, like, I didn't have transformation to share? I'm really new to this. Maybe I've never been in an accountability group or a challenge group. Do a post like that with your upline. Like, you and your upline kind of write this out together and then put a picture of you and maybe your upline if you know her, or like just you smiling or you working out or something. But don't do that like, I'm a Beachbody coach. Here's my link. Can you order something? I'm like trying to hit a goal. Do you guys ever get those messages? I get those messages all the time that are like, I'm trying to hit a goal. Can you buy like $300 worth of product? Anyone ever get those? No? Okay. So that's another one that I have for you. And this is just kind of the idea of what you want to do, right? So you put that first post out there, and then you kind of walk away from the computer for a couple minutes. Maybe you're nervous about putting it out there, or maybe like just your mom likes it. I had 4 likes on my very first post as a coach. So it wasn't anything phenomenal, which is normal, right? But sometimes you nail it, sometimes you don't. But the key is it has to be consistent. So it could be maybe your first post, maybe you were a little too loud, right? Or maybe it was the image didn't catch people's eye. Or maybe you didn't like write small paragraphs. And this is like a true social media hack. People get really lazy with reading, and they don't ever, this is actually like legit, they don't ever really want to read more than 3 sentences in a paragraph. So if your paragraphs are really, really long, nobody's reading it. Because we have the attention span of like a squirrel. We really do. So if you can trick people into reading more if you like make it smaller. That's a fact. That's true. All right, so you're going to start breadcrumbing your story a little bit. You're going to start sharing your story. You're going to be you, right? Obviously, if you guys are on this call and maybe Melanie is your upline, you are probably like, wow, she's nothing like Melanie right now. Or like maybe you're on this call and you are like, I need more like clear direction. You have to be you with this business in your posts, in your words, so we can't copy paste, right? You don't want to copy and paste somebody else's word, because then you're not being you. And people do see that. They see through that. So you really want to embrace who you are. You're going to start sharing why it's so important to you. Maybe you are in this because you really, really want to show your kids an example of health, of good health. And that should be breadcrumbed into your posts on a regular basis. Not every post, but in a good amount of them. If you love being funny, your posts should be funny. Not every post, but a lot of them, right? If you really love cake, you need to talk about the fact that you love cake. If you are like, I'm going to count me some macros, you need to talk about counting macros. You need to be whoever you are, and you just need to sometimes just really shorten it. No need to be wordy, because you're going to be on social for a lot. People are going to follow you. People are going to unfollow you, and it's okay. Not every post needs a call to action, but I would say every 3 or 4 posts that you do has to have a call to action. Call to action is anything from email me, drop your name below, just message me, whatever it might be. So breadcrumbs are like little pieces of your story. So, for me, it's talking about sweating for something bigger might be one of the things that I breadcrumb out. Talk about that with my challenge groups. Breadcrumbing pieces of your story are just little nuggets of who you are, that you're a mom, that your boys play hockey. I'm like just thinking of my own, that you spend time doing, work with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, like little breadcrumbs of your story, but in some way those posts connect back to, and not every post, come back to, why do you care about being healthy? Like, why is it important to you? Like, why does it matter to you? Like, start thinking about why you're on this journey, and why, of all of the ways that you could go about earning an income, you chose Beachbody. Like, you chose not necessarily the easiest route, because the truth is, when people start putting it out there that they're getting healthy and fit, a lot of times that makes people uncomfortable. Why? Because it reminds them of where they aren't, where they should be, where they want to be, but they don't know where to start. So breadcrumbing your story is also allowing yourself to be a little bit vulnerable. Think about why you signed up. Go back to that right before you were like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. Where were you in your life? What was going on in your life? How many times did you see your coach post before you said, I am going to do this? And the thing is, I think a lot of people post it once, or they post it twice, and then they never post it again. You have to keep posting it. You guys, I signed up as a coach because I thought I got a free t-shirt. I thought that I would get a free t-shirt, and I was like, I guess I got to be a coach to get my free insanity t-shirt. And I don't even know if I actually ever got the t-shirt, but I did make a significant income. Like, but I could tell that once, like 6 years ago, but I have to keep coming back to it, to telling it. There's a consistency in your message. So I like to think of it like this. Like if you could give yourself a hashtag, what would your hashtag be for your life? Like if you would hashtag yourself, like, like for me, I think of like Christian, but I cuss. I love me some cake. I got curves. What did I say yesterday? Like anything like that kind of shows your personality too. And the reason I say that is like your message comes across. Like you can't try to post like Melanie or like Katie or like Farron or like Sarah Beth if you're not like that. So you can't be taking somebody else's jam and trying to claim it as yours, because you just make your own. So think about it. Like if you could sum up yourself right now in a hashtag, what would it be? And then start creating your content around, yep, that's me. Oh yeah, that is so me. That's me. So just start thinking about that. Don't overthink it. Just have fun with it. Like what stops you when you're scrolling? Like what makes you laugh, or what makes you like go, oh, I really needed to read that, or what makes you motivated, or what makes you like mad, or what makes you super, super happy? Like what elicits an emotion from you? Those are the kind of things that you want to put in there, or like maybe you're all about being really happily married, or maybe you don't have kids yet, or whatever it might be. You want to find a way for people to connect with you. And just with the number of times you post, teacher full-time did not post 3 to 5 times a day like other people did. I did 1 or 2 on Facebook. But one thing that I made sure that I did was I made sure that I was just consistent with my message, and I made sure that my content was pretty good. So I didn't just slap up a post to say I did it, I'm done for the day, I can check it off. I made sure the content was good. So today, let me give you an example. I was chilling with my family today. I didn't post today. And I could throw something up there, but I really, it wasn't coming to me. So I know that I just maybe needed a little bit more rest before I actually post something. You made a group that was public. I don't know. Facebook. Yeah, that's good. Who's with me? On your personal page, or you made a group that was public. I don't really know what you're asking. Do you post? Oh, I don't really post on my personal page anymore. I do my team shout outs, occasional posts of, like my husband. I did a post about like what I'm doing as a coach, because a lot of people know me as a coach over there, but no, I don't anymore. But when I started, it was all personal. And I really would recommend that too for people as well. Yeah. And Farron, I think for me, I just, it really, I tried, it's just 1 or 2 is what I had, but I made sure that the quality was really good with it. And then the other thing I just wanted to mention, and actually IG, it's so fun. You don't have to be fancy at all with it, but on your stories, I say on average, 10 to 15 stories. And you might be like, whoa, you don't have to make it all pretty and fancy on your IG stories. I will go on there, and I've just had this running sort of thing on IG stories about how I can't back my car into the garage. And so I talk about that. But some of the posts that I did, and I don't think are polls. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably not going to let me. Oh, no. I don't think it's, yeah. So if you guys see this, it's the polls. The nice thing about polls is it lets you actually communicate with someone right away. So my 10 or 15 stories a day are usually anything from just my life as a mom. You can do sneak peeks on there. You can talk about 2B mindset on there. There's a lot you can do with it. But what stories would you watch? So if you're not someone to actually listen to someone talk, chances are you won't want to write those or do those type of stories, if that makes sense. So think about the stories you watch. Think about the IG accounts that you check out. What are those that make you interested in learning more? okay? Within the group, guys, just to give you a heads up, because I am very aware of our time, and I don't want to like take too much more of it, but we want to make sure that we're educating you too on the product. So there's a few things that we want to make sure that we know. We want to make sure that we're very educated on Shakeology. You're going to get a lot of that on Vimify. Nobody expects you to understand like all of the ingredients in Shakeology right now. No one expects you to understand it all, but you have to start knowing that we have top of the line products. People do not do it better than we do. This is top of the line. It doesn't get better. And you really want to make sure you're spending your time on the value of things like Beachbody On Demand, Performance Line, you know, the mom juice that I call Energize, and Shakeology. That's going to be a part of this training as well. And of course, 2B Mindset, which I can't even tell you how excited I am for. All right. Let's see. Social media, just a reminder, profile public, profile picture, good versus bad. You want to have something like your face. You want to see your face in your profile picture so people know who you are. Clear lighting, it does make a difference. I don't have a lot of fancy lighting. I do own a selfie stick. But with the lighting, I tend to use my office anyway, and there's natural lighting. And also just making sure that you, though, invest in having an opportunity to do clear pictures, whatever that means. Like if that means you have to get a little ring light, and I don't know if any other coaches have a ring light that you guys want to share with them. I don't, so you might want to share that with them. But definitely anything that's going to make your pictures pop. Again, I know it sounds crazy, but you have to think of how loud social media is. And if you want to stand out, you need clear. Like you need clear, crisp pictures. So you want to make sure that you invest in that lighting, or you're taking your pictures at a certain time of day so that they are clearer, okay? Let's see. 4 vital behaviors. We'll talk about this within the group. I'll probably touch on this on the call a little bit more tomorrow. Inviting people into what we do, being proof that the product works. So you guys are all lined up with your Shakeology. You guys are all lined up with your programs or products, personal development, and taking time to recognize the people around you who are rocking what they are doing, including yourself. And then the other couple things we're just going to touch on, this is going to be within the training as well, is your first rank advancement, which is called Emerald Coach. And this is what's going to unlock the compensation plan for Team Beachbody. Yes, you can create a commission on sales of the products, but when you actually open the compensation plan, you open up the opportunity to receive team cycle bonuses. It's your first recognition, and it's also allowing you to receive that residual income. Your first goal of Emerald is a personally sponsored coach on your left leg and a personally sponsored coach on your right leg. So 2 personally sponsored coaches. That should be a first 30-day goal for you. This is something, again, we'll talk about in length on that coach training in the Vimify, but just something kind of to put into your mind for now. Also, just like Alana's going to talk about with 2B Mindset, we're also going to be talking about the business activity tracker. It's like this: tracking reveals trends, trends speak the truth, and truth allows you to change. So you guys want to look at your tracker and say, this is where you're going to see the results of your business because it's written right in front of you. When you are doing the activities, that's where you can really start to trust the process of coaching. When you really lean into these activities, just like when we do 2B Mindset, it will be the same idea. Trusting the tracker. Tracking reveals the trends. Trends reveal the truth. Truth allows you to make your changes. When you look at this and you see that there are pockets of improvement, you can say, this is what I need to tweak. This is what I could do better. This is how I can improve. This is going to be in your Coach Online Office, you guys, under the Training tab, okay? And you guys can use your own tracker too. This is just the one that they give you in the Coach Online information. And just 2 more slides, I think, to kind of change it up or just kind of reiterate what we're talking about. National Wake Up Call is going to be every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. BST? I don't know. What's BST? That doesn't seem right. It says Pacific? My gosh, that's really embarrassing. I'm sorry. It's late. Somebody just answer me. PST. Got it. All right. After your first 30-day coaching training, you go into our team page, and we will have our weekly featured trainings. That is the larger Dream Team page. Coach Training University call every Monday at 12 noon. And then you want to get into a challenge group. A lot of people are setting up their 2B groups. And launch your business, and then hitting Success Club within your first 30 days. All right. So last thing, goals for our first 30 days. For most of us, this is going to be the month of May. Success Club 5, which is going to be 3 challenge packs sold, is your benchmark. It's your minimum, but we work to our max. So I want you to start thinking about how many people you want to enroll. How many people can you get started? When you hit Success Club 5, that basically is getting your product paid for. If you want to do more than get your product paid for, Success Club 10, Success Club 20, those are the numbers that you want to start looking at. Second goal, enroll 2 personally sponsored coaches. So you rank advanced to Emerald and you start taking advantage of the team cycle bonus opportunity. You want to host or co-run your first success group or challenge group. For many of you guys, that will be the 2B Mindset group. Make sure you reach out to your upline so you know that date when it's going to start. And then lastly, pick out your personal development book. Our suggestion is always going to be The Compound Effect or The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, or The Compound Effect is by Darren Hardy. So those are your first month goals that you want to be looking for. All right. And then lastly, just kind of in closing, I know you guys might be saying this is a lot of information, right? And you might be saying, like, I just don't know where to start. Start with your post, okay? Start with a conversation with your coach that says, this is what I want to be able to do. You know, and the last thing I'm going to say before I close the call is if you create a grand vision of where you want to go, you can't get there without starting to take small steps. You know, like, I even look back, like when I was going through treatment and I was going through like everything, I had 12 treatments that I had to undergo for chemo. And so I remember, like, I had the grand vision of what it would look like to be a survivor, like what it would look like, what I would feel like. I even remember like thinking like what I would wear on my last treatment day. Like, I had that clear vision of where I wanted to go. And then I kind of let that vision become foggy, and I just focused on the small steps I had to take each day to get one step closer to that role of survivorship. And I say that because this business can blow your mind, period. Like, what this business can do can truly change your life in so many ways, not just financially, but physically, just emotionally, the way you parent your kids, everything. This business can do that for you. But you can't get there until you trust the process and you just start taking your small steps to be able to achieve your big goals. Let one of those first steps in your business be achieve Emerald. Help at least 3 people get started on their health and fitness journey. Fail forward, and trust this process, okay? Kristen, in regard to should you post, I would just let your coach know when you want to post. Share your post with them first. Let them check it out and then post. That's what I would suggest. Okay? All right, anything else for me? Any other questions? Any tips for students?
Got a question.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. So, and this is like just, you know, we can totally do this later. So I'm not computer savvy, so I might need a little bit more help with the link tree. I went ahead and set up my account and everything, and I want to start blogging because I like to write, and I'm like, that would be good. and I already know my hashtag, which I'll tell you. I posted it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to need some probably step-by-step if you and I can talk on the phone later, whenever you want to do it, time to do the link tree, how, like, copy, paste, your whatever I do, just because
we'll just get on the phone this week. My husband's getting his tooth removed. That's another story for another day. I'm going to have a toothless husband for about 2 months. We'll talk about that another time. I don't know how I feel about all of these emotions, but that's tomorrow. So tomorrow is a little bit crazy, but
Mondays are probably like I'm trying to think, maybe a Thursday. Do you think?
Yeah, Thursday should be fine because that's after the lunch, so that should be fine. That's fine. Yeah, we'll talk. That's fine. Yeah. And then tomorrow, guys, we do have our first call at 12 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm just going to go over the launch information again. I'm going to go over getting to know you guys, and I'm going to go over like what you do when somebody is like, all right, give me some information. So we'll go over those first steps. We're going to go over to just kind of getting ready for 2B mindset. Yeah, I'm going to record it just like I did here. I'll have this recording up for you guys, and then I'll have tomorrow's up for you too. What's the Zoom? You know what? I don't know which one Melanie put in. So I have to actually look in Vimify. But if you go into Vimify, it does say in there, I'm pretty sure it's under the prep and tasks. It's under there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's on Vimify. Where can we go to get the, Amanda, I'm not going to have this up until tomorrow, because I won't get it done until tomorrow. Where can we go? Anything else? But the recording though, Amanda, I will put it in the Dream Team page, and I'll put it in like my team page, and I'll put it in the Vimify page too. Yeah, I work full time. When does the recording get posted for the weekly call? Usually right after. So the weekly call is done at 12. Melanie or I will probably put it up like within the hour of it. Probably, I would think. Yeah. Cool. All right. Do you guys have any other questions for me? So welcome to the team. I'm excited for you. You're going to rock this. Lean in. Trust the process. Fail. And then keep going. That's all. Hi. I told everyone you're getting your tooth. Did you win?
No, we lost.
All right. Let's get his tooth removed. All right. Okay, guys. We will talk to you later. Bye, guys.